Welcome back to our Tempo Storm deck introduction series featuring Secret Mage, the explosive Tempo Mage variant. Secret Mage is a deck that has constantly been experimented with but lacked the tools needed to really bring it together. With Blizzard introducing the Cabal Crystal Runner in the Mean Streets of Gadgetzan expansion, the deck finally had enough to compete with other top-tier decks. Some players thought that Secret Mage was an extremely strong deck in this meta. Ant used this deck in the spring playoffs to help him qualify for Worlds. In most recent expansions, Blizzard further pushed this archetype by adding the secret explosive runes. This, alongside the draw engine brought forth by Aluneth, was enough to push the archetype to the top of Tier 2 in our standard meta snapshot. Secret Mage plays out like an aggro deck at the early stages of the game, and then transitions into a burn deck toward the later turns. Let's take a closer look in our deck breakdown. Secret Mage features a large amount of early game minions that synergize with secrets. With the combination of Arcanologist to draw your secrets and then playing either Cabal Lackey or Kirin Mage to cheat them out, you are often able to put your opponent in an awkward position while snowballing your lead. Mana Worm is also another extremely powerful early game tool. When left unchecked, this card can occasionally win games by itself. Sorcerer's Apprentice is another early minion that can help fight for the board and push damage towards your opponent, with the added benefit of helping you play secrets earlier or get an early primordial glyph off if needed. Medivh's Valet and Frostbolt will typically be used as tools to help fight for the board in the early game, but in the later stages will be used as burn to finish off your opponent. Fireball will mostly be used as a finisher, but will sometimes help to snowball the board lead or remove big minions from your opponent. Arcane Intellect is used to refuel the early turns of the game but can be a dead card once Aluneth's in play. The deck also runs with a wide range of secrets. Explosive Runes does damage to your opponent while preventing them from taking the board. Counterspell makes it very difficult for slower decks to use removal on your minions, and Ice Block stalls the game while you use your burn spells to finish off your opponent. As we learned with Corridor Creeper before its nerf, cards that can cost 0 mana are typically good. In the mid-game, Cabal Crystal Runner can be a huge tempo swing. As previously mentioned, Aluneth is used to cycle through your deck quickly while finishing off your opponent. Fireland's Portal is a very versatile card that can be used as direct damage or can be used to help take the board back while developing a minion, and Pyroblast is a hefty finisher that will end games abruptly. These cards combined make for an aggressive package that rose in the tiers of the meta thanks to patch 10.2. Always look to keep Mana Worm in your mulligan. As mentioned earlier, it can just win games on its own if left unchecked. Secret Mage is an aggro deck, so if you have a good curve, consider keeping it. Cards that synergize well together are often good to keep in the mulligan. For example, if you're offered Arcanologist and Kirin Mage or Cabal Lackey, keeping both of them can give a huge tempo swing. If you know you're playing against a slower deck such as Control Warlock, make sure to look for Aluneth in the mulligan, as it excels in this matchup. Make sure to watch your hand size and think about how many cards you'll be drawing each turn when using Aluneth. Oftentimes, players forget to manage their hand size and will be punished massively with overdraws. Just try to remember that you'll be drawing 3 at the end of each turn as well as the 1 at the start of the turn, so play as many cards as you can. Finally, try to look for lethal setups that will take place over several turns, especially in the later turns where you'll expect to draw Pyroblast. The current iteration of Secret Mage is fairly standard, with the only deviation being the secrets played. Most lists tend to stick to 5 secrets with 2 explosive runes, 2 counterspells, and 1 ice block. But some lists add a copy of Potion of Polymorph in order to have a better matchup versus Control and Cube Warlock. Try to set it up for the turn 5 Possessed Lackey, or 4 if the Warlock has coin. If you're looking to beat Secret Mage on the ladder, you should consider playing heavy flood-based aggro decks. Murloc Paladin and Aggro Druid do very well against a Secret Mage, as they are able to consistently fight for board while playing a large amount of minions. Zoo Warlock in theory should win this matchup, but struggles due to the large amount of damage Zoo self-inflicts with things like Flame Imp and Vulgar Homunculus. If you're facing off against a large amount of Secret Mages, consider tacking in an Eater of Secrets, as this can shut down their much-needed tempo. Secret Mage is an extremely powerful aggro deck that can punish slower decks due to the sheer power of Aluneth. With the combination of cards that allow it to cheat the mana curve and the strong burst damage, Secret Mage has a game plan against any deck and will do well against most archetypes in the meta, especially keeping the rise of Warlock in check. Thank you for watching this deck introduction. If you enjoyed what you saw in this video, leave us a like and join us in the discussion below. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone news and Tempo Storm content.